should be legalized. Yes, definitely, because in ancient times, in ancient eras, in ancient times, if you see that, people were polygamous. Why? I'm stating that because as I as we all know that we came from the animal, the ape version. So we still have that animal inside. Now our society has been formed by some norms in order to tame that animal down. What is not possible, what is just next to impossible. Though we are thriving, we are trying that, but we are not thriving. We are not flourishing in this way. That is why as sir mentioned, that many multiple relationships are being formed like mushrooms, like nanoships are there, and new terms have been introduced in the era of Gen Z, like nanoship, situationship. So there are hookups. Hookups we heard a lot of time. I mean long back. So these terms are being introduced because of that. So what I want to say is, whether you go for polygamy or any other polyandry, but whenever you think about or think of monogamy, that means you are suppressing something and your emotions are smothered. Something has been imposed upon you forcefully, because once you get married, once you get hitched to someone, now if you found that you just got off to a flyer but you flunked out in the fullness of time, then what happens? Then there is no other way out. How could you come yourself? How could you get out from that situation? You don't have any other opportunities, any other chances, where everybody should have a fair crack of the whip. Everyone deserves a second chance, but monogamy won't allow you to get a second chance, where polygamy does. That's why polygamy should be legalized. Polygamy should be introduced in a full-fledged manner.
Now the fact is that polygamy is a very good thing, but the fact is that the situation varies. As I have been listening, many our opponents
should be welcome
from their side, as they are telling.
Okay.
So on that basis, I am starting my view. So I have been listening. There were many subgroups those were telling, but don't you feel that the environment and the circumstances is the one of the greatest things on which it should be legalized or which should be not legalized? Just because we need to see our judiciary system what says, we need to see what are the potentiality we are the people are going to have. So after that can be, as you are going to use the word called Gen Z words nowadays, there are many sort of relationships we are going to carry forward. But the question is that, is there any relationship, as you have mentioned so far, can you tell me that they are the responsibility source, they are the responsibility is coming, they are the responsibility is going to taking carry forward the moment the relationship begins? There's nothing of that sort. Just because to chill out, those relationships are going to take place. Now you may talk about that there are many extramarital affairs out there. Yes, there is. Extramarital affair, that doesn't mean that always there should be an intimacy in between the two genders. Extramarital affairs are going to take place just because people want some relaxation, mental peace. They're pissed off with their partners. They are absolutely.
You answered my question.
They are absolutely.
You said that we need mental peace.
That's right.
Now mental peace is required.
Yes.
Right? So polygamy helps us to get that mental peace.
Never.
There is no polygamy. That is the reason the extramarital affairs take place.
There are certain factors we need to see. Whenever a system is going to be introduced or whenever a system is going to follow by the people, there are certain mindset people are going to follow the system. So now the factor is that majority matters.
From more than one partner, do we get mental peace?
No, I didn't tell that. I want to mean that as my opponent team member is telling that there is a particular one relationship called extramarital affair.
We are getting into intelligence sometimes, but there is some mental limitation.
Definitely there is. Definitely there is. That's why there are many people. There are many people they want to share their feelings with the opponent person who is recently came to their life. For that reason, they are trying to be in that relationship, but they are not going to carry forward in the name of the polygamy or in the name of the second marriage.
The extramarital affair is all right.
To some extent, it is definitely required, but that doesn't come in the the panel of the polygamy system.
No, if extramarital affair is allowed, why I don't understand what is wrong with polygamy.
No, that's what I told at the very beginning. The polygamy system, whenever it is going to introduce, there are number of responsibility comes. First thing is that having own wife or the husband. Second thing is that another one I am going to bring up. Second thing is that whenever there will be another an issue with the second one, so the responsibility number increases, for which it is not possible for the person who is going to take. At the initial it may be very good. It is something like a chewing gum. Whenever a person is going to chew the chewing gum, at the very beginning he will be getting the taste of the sweet. Now, to get the sweet, he will be chewing out. So gradually what happens, the sweet taste will be turned into the bitter. So, yes, then. So at that particular point in time, the person should not be...
You are saying that continuing with an extramarital affair for certain...
I didn't mean that. Till now, I have been mentioning my opinion based on my opponent in what they are going to tell, just because they have assured this kind of relationships. So the fact is that polygamy system should not be legalized. Now the question is that this particular...
Let's see first how they handle what you have said so far. Why not? He has said that extramarital affair is okay. He is ready to allow that, but he is not ready to allow polygamy for certain reasons.
That means he is running out from the responsibilities.
Yes, responsibility is also
Yes.
Then you go for second marriage, even two marriages, then very naturally your responsibilities increase.
Yes.
But if you go for an extramarital affair, there is no responsibility. How do you want to handle
But
it?
sir, in case of extramarital affair, now when you have that extramarital affair, that means law doesn't come into play.
Yes.
Now the thing is that you have that sneaky relationship. You have to hide those stuff from your wives, from your wife, from your duchess. So that means you always carry that burden. You always carry that tension. You are in a flat spin. You're in a tailspin always. So you always carry that tension along with you, because you know that if my wife comes to know about that sneaky relationship, what happens?
Even if I am not too much wrong,
But
this particular relationship as our judiciary system has accepted also that extramarital affair should be legal. I mean, it can be legal or it is legal. I don't know if I am not wrong. So for that reason, people they can have their own choice or other choices.
If extramarital affair can be legal, why not polygamy?
That's why I am not able to make my opponent team member that there is a certain problem. For example, that at present, yes,
Clarifying my stuff, you are not
no, as your partner was trying to know. Okay, carry on.
Okay, and Mona?
Now the thing is that once you get hitched to your wife, because your first wife, you are not getting that satisfaction, not only physical satisfaction I'm talking about your mental peace and all. In order to form or build a relationship, only love doesn't, love is not enough, or love is not more than enough stuff. So what you need to do is, in order to take care of the relationship, to build a relationship, so that then you require love. But in order to carry forward that relationship, if you want that relationship would stay, then along with the love, you need empathy, you need sympathy, you need a good mental maturity. If you do not have those stuff, your relationship will be flunked out. It would be collapsed. So those things require. Now, if it is not possible nowadays in this rat race that you get all those things from one lady, now you require another one. So you don't have to hide stuff from your first duchess, because you are becoming a polygamous. You are getting hitched to a second wife. So there is no tension at all. You are not gonna be like
There is no hide and seek.
yeah hide and seek policy. You won't be in a flat zone.
Let's see what they want.
But don't you feel that if the particular partner, if a husband is going to bring back the partner home and putting both the wives at a time, there should be a creation of jealousy. They will be jealous of each other. So that is a human psychology says so. Just because a genuine wife, whether she is physically satisfied, whether mentally she is peaceful or not, but will be our husband, he is not ready to share with anyone until unless the divorce case is going to be filed.
They are accepting with consent. They are accepting with consent. It is not something like that. You are forcing your first wife to introduce your second one. No, it's not happening like this. It is, consensual. You are making her understand, and once she agrees,
Consensual as well as mutual.
mutual. Yes,
But still, there is the problem.
There is no still.
Yes, there is the problem in between the human psychology of the
see,
What?
the main thing is, do you have wealth? Do you have a billfold which is pregnant?
No.
If you do have that, if you do not have that, then you are not allowed to have monogamy even. You are not allowed to be a monogamous even. So just forget about like the polygamy and all. If you have money, enough money, if you have hurla bucks in your pocket, then yes, of course, you can be a polygamous. And you are talking about 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives. You can make them understand. You can distribute that money in a proportional way. They will agree with you. There is no problem at all. So that is,
Or you don't need to keep them under one roof.
yes,
You don't keep, because you can buy a lot of apartment.
lot of apartments.
if that is
Let us see what Drima wants to say. Drima.
Okay, first of all, I would explain what I want to tell, but let me at first answer his question. He is saying that if you have enough money, then you can have multiple relationships. First of all, when the category is about love, is about emotions, is about feelings, money doesn't matter. In Hindu Marriage Act, polygamy is a crime. But in our constitution, under personal law, Islamic marriage is allowed. But what Quran says if you cannot have a balance between your wives, you should choose monogamy. Maybe you have enough money, you are buying lots of stuffs and giving your wives. But if you are giving one of your wives one extra kiss, that is an imbalance. That is not the justification. Quran says if you cannot justify what you are doing, if you cannot give each of your wives what one is getting, that is a crime. Then you are not capable of having polygamy, and you should choose monogamy. If one of your wives are having one kiss extra from you, that is an imbalance. Now, he was telling that we are polygamous in nature because in ancient world we used to be animals, right? We used to be animals, then evolution happened and we became a human being, right? Now, in this time, animals and human beings are different. Why? Because we are the smartest animal ever exist in this world.
but still
Right?
animal.
Yeah,
what you
exactly. We are the smartest one, and that is the difference. As we are smart nowadays, that's why cheating is a crime. Having extramarital affairs is a crime. Polygamy is crime. Cheating your partner, cheating on your partner is a crime. He was telling that let's make it legalized. Why? So that you don't have to hide it from your wife or your partner. What? Because you have to hide it. What do we hide? Which is not right. In our minds we know I'm doing something which is not right. That's why I have to hide it. And that obviously...
it is not accepted, that's why.
I'm not done yet.
It is not
I'm not done
accepted.
yet.
Once it is accepted,
I'm not done
we
yet.
don't feel like to hide things.
I'm not done yet. And he was telling that not necessarily it is needed to have extramarital affairs or polygamy in every family. No. Consent is important, right? But in emotional spectrums, we often choose our heart. Maybe a wife or a husband is not ready to be in an open relationship, but still we choose, not because I am accepting polygamy, because I am choosing that man or that woman. If I am choosing today, if I am choosing to share my partner, not because I am okay with that, because I cannot leave him or her. Now, if I am supporting or polygamy
Why
is...
can't you leave or her? Why can't you leave you want?
Because of love, sir. We cannot leave what we love.
If that is one-sided,
Yeah. As it is one-sided, that's why one of the partners are having multiple partners and I am here alone in my home. That's why. We cannot leave what we love. Now, my point is, if I am supporting polygamy, why did I get married in the first place? What are the vows of marriage? You should be faithful. You should be loyal. You should be honest with your partner. In sickness and when you are fine, you should be with someone. Someone is saying that maybe you are not satisfied mentally or physically. You are not. A lot of people are not satisfied with their parents. Do we choose to have different parents, a different set of parents? No. Not our parents most of the time cannot satisfy our emotional need. Do we change them? Because we don't have a choice. We do not choose our family. But we have...
not that is an option.
Yeah, we have to choose our partner. Because and nobody is perfect. I am not perfect. If I cannot satisfy my man emotionally or physically, they will have to adjust. Because nobody is getting everything on a gold plate or on a silver spoon. No. Because the thing is, when you love, then
But you have talked about the parents.
Yeah.
And we got parents.
Yeah.
We have to, of course, be with our parents.
Right.
All along.
Right.
That's because of the biological tie. There is an umbilical tie between you and your mother.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it is not possible for you to practically quit. That
And
particular
even
relationship.
maybe let's...
But with your husband, you don't have an umbilical relationship.
No, that's the point, sir. Let's talk hypothetically. Maybe we are living in a world where we can choose parents, right? I am not happy with my parents. I'm not leaving them. I'm choosing to have a different set of parents. Like my previous parents will be together and the new ones will be together with me. When I...
What happens after your marriage?
Right. But the thing is, if I'm not satisfied with one, there will be flaws. I'm a person who cannot adjust. When you cannot adjust in one family,
Nobody is perfect. Everybody has flaws.
that's the point, sir. That is my point. Everybody has flaws. You will have to adjust. When emotion is there, when love is there, you will have to compromise. If I'm telling...
Let's see what they want to say. She's talking about adjustment. That it is not that if you are not able to get some satisfaction out of a single individual or spouse, you can go for the second one. Hey, what about your adjustability? You have no adjustability and you are not fit for this society.
So what if I fall in love with multiple people? And it is not like I don't love my previous wife or husband. I just fall in love with another one because every person is different.
Then what's the difference between a man and a dog? What's the difference between a woman and a bitch?
So can I?
I cannot love with the same intensity.
No one is saying that you should love one person only. At least you cannot.
That's the point. I cannot love more than one people with the same intensity. That's what I have told already. Quran.
Why not?
So whenever something is forcing you, you have to do that. Adjustment, you should do that. You have to. That means what? I'm forcing that person. You have to be there. So that means the person would feel that I am caged right now. I am incarcerated right now. So being caged or being incarcerated, a healthy relationship cannot grow. No healthy stuff will grow when you are feeling that I'm getting caged.
Like-
When your freedom has been snatched from your hands, it is not at all possible.
So who snatches the freedom away?
Who?
Snatches the freedom away from you?
Society is putting out
Society or your matrimonial partner.
Suppose with your wife it is not possible, like say suppose I am married, I have a healthy relationship with my wife, some other people they may not have, then there should be a second chance for them. As I said, that everybody should have a fair crack of the whip.
So second,
What about the second chance?
chance could be you
If-
get divorced and then get married. Get divorced and then get married, man. That's perversion. You are having more than one wife or a person is having more
No,
than
no,
one.
I talked about
husband.
one situation.
Yeah.
I talked about one situation.
Then what's the point of getting married in the first place? You have 10 partners, don't get married. Don't get married. If you're getting
No,
married,
if you are wealthy enough. No. You cannot force me. You cannot force me. You don't get married or you have to marry. No, not like that. If I have wealth, if I have enough money, if my billfold is pregnant, then fine. I'm ready to go and I can marry. You want no one to stop me. You want no one to put the stop in it.
I'm no one to stop you.
So
You
if
should.
I'm not forcing my woman, I'm not forcing the girls come and get hitched to me. Not like that. I am marrying them with their consent. I mentioned
Okay,
before.
so for the first
And-
wife, when did
Let-
you
let me
get married
finish.
for the
And
first time?
you-
Did you tell your wife that you are a polygamous person? When you get married for the first time, did you tell your wife that you are a polygamous person and in future you will be getting married?
That is with consent. That's what I'm talking about.
Did you, does it happen when you are getting married for the first time?
When it will be legalized, it will happen.
Everything will be open. That I am a polygamist.
Okay, so the thing is, it's
We are
when
talking about hiding things. Why the
I did not.
you said that? No. You counter my point, right? You counter my
When we are
point.
married, we will take the responsibility. That is the basic difference.
Yeah, no, I'm not even telling that extramarital affair is right. My point is, if you are not having an straight eye or a straight path for one person, then don't get married because the vows of let me clarify, because the vows of marriage, the oath of marriage says you will have to be faithful, you will have to be honest, you will have to be loyal. What is loyalty? Do you know what loyalty is? Do you know even what
Now in this
what
era of
loyalty is?
monogamy, loyalty is there. Do you think so? Fidelity, chastity is there. Do you think so?
Okay, so
How many relationships you have come across? How many people you have seen? You witnessed?
how
Say
many
that.
people you have seen?
I have seen many.
I
have seen
have
many.
seen
That's
I
why
have
the
seen many.
relationship. That's why the extramarital relationships are there, and they're pretty much happy with that. And even the men, they are smothered with their feelings. Their feelings are getting smothered. They don't have any other option to vent out that emotion. Who will talk about that? Nobody is there
If you are
because
not
you're a
happy
man.
with
You
your
have to
partner,
bear that
if
agony.
you are not happy with your partner, then get rid of them. That's a clear
If I love my first partner as much as my
Oh my
second
God, you're a
partner.
bitch. You're a bitch.
No,
God, you're a
I'm
bitch.
not a bitch.
No,
I'm not a bitch. I can love you
person
forever.
with an emotional
So are we allowed to
stability.
use those words?
No, sir,
please.
I have no. I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not attacking.
So I will
I'm
also
just
then-
telling. Yeah, dogs and bitches. What will you tell? What will you tell? No. Right. But the thing is that if somebody is not being satisfied with one of the and I have already told that you cannot love two people with the same intensity. Right? You what? Do you know that our parents have a biological connection? That is the connection of blood, right? When we choose other person that is not connected by our blood, we choose them. Why we choose them? Because we are happy. And when you are not happy, get rid of the relationship and go on with the new one. You cannot love your previous partner and new partner as well. That is only correct theoretically. You cannot do it.
Yeah, because
you cannot do it.
I'm not leaving my first partner.
That's the point. Why?
I'm not
If you're
leaving
not
her.
happy, leave that
I'm
happy.
taking her responsibility and as well as her as well.
That was my first point. You should have listened to it
Now,
properly.
Mana is saying that Mana is not ready to deprive anybody of anything. If he has free
Sir,
time, all of you are.
Yes, I'm not depriving
No,
anyone.
no, no. That is, he is depriving his wife when he is getting married the second time. You leave your wife. She will be the happiest. If she has to, you are telling that if a man is not happy and still he has to adjust. That is when a man is caged. When a girl, maybe for the sake of love or for the sake of relationship, somebody has given the consent and she is not happy. She cannot tell anyone. She is depressed. She is anxious and she is also caged. Who will take responsibility? Why do you think that it is an cry? It
Then
is a
she will
crime
also
and
go ahead and
consent.
have more than one husband. No, no. I don't have any problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. You have an issue with it.
Yeah, I do.
So,
So she's talking about the legal separation. She's saying if you're not satisfied with the past one, all right. The way is open. The door is open.
still we have to bear the alimony for the first wife. She will demand that later on.
If you are talking about
So the toxic relationship is carried forward still. It's going on. So why don't we keep that first wife and along with the second wife? So I mean I have to bear at the in the fullness of time. I have to bear that alimony. So I will bear money.
if you are talking about legal terms, now it is declared that when the women are doing something or they are earning money, they will not get alimony, right? So you don't have to pay. You don't have to give. Now, what's the point?
Girls,
What is the benefit of having?
seldom I
more
found
than
a
one
girl
partner? I
doesn't
do
need
not
an
understand.
alimony.
Well, Chandra,
I never found that.
The wife is not satisfied. Should the wife pretend to be satisfied in order to maintain the relationship? She should not go for the second one. Say you are not satisfied with your husband.
Right.
And now, you love your husband, but you're not satisfied. You want to say, well, I'm talking about the biological gratification. Okay. At that time, should you pretend to be happy? Should you pretend to be satisfied?
No, sir, that's not the point. I have already told that a person cannot be perfect, right? So you cannot be satisfied in all the terms. You have to adjust, you have to compromise. That's the basic fundamental of a relationship. If you don't know how to stay, if you don't know how to adjust, if you don't know how to be happy, in spite of having flaws, then what's the point of the relationship? Go have sex, come back.
At times it becomes toxic. What about that?
Go there. What's the point of having a relationship and pretend?
Sir, I want to reflect on some another aspect that he said that if somewhere population is decreasing and I need to produce some air. Okay, so then what should I do? If there is male is reducing and female is increasing, then what should I do? If there is no legalizing of polygamy, then if they have sex and also have the
For the
baby,
purpose of inheritance.
if for example I am in a
Money and property too.
yes, sir. I'm saying that if there is a problem that polygamy is not legalized, but population is decreasing, and for an year I am having sex with multiple partners, but then their children will not get the inheritance, right? So there will be no right. And another thing is, in ancient era, one of the primary reasons of having polygamy was because of the inheritance and the death of their children. Because at that time, what was used to happen? If somebody dies, then what will happen? Who will ascend the throne? So that's why we used to have that polygamy. So I think nowadays war are also happening across the world. So if somewhere the population decreases and to balance it, we need to introduce polygamy.
Okay, then in the past you are saying that the system that we followed was more healthy, was healthier rather than what we have now. That is monogamy.
No.
Now we have the monogamy.
No,
We don't have polygamy. But if polygamy is brought back, it will be a better one, better aspect for the
Yes,
country.
yes.
Definitely.
Let's see what Pusha wants to say.
As polygamy system is introduced, I don't think so this is going to be globalized means the system. This one is going to be introduced only in our own country.
Oh, nothing is there.
That's what telling me. If this is the system, as our opponent team members are going to tell, it depends upon the situation wise. Just because the culture comes first, and as one of my co-speaker has already said, if I will try to escape always from my loving thing, the adjustment. So is it at all possible for me to adjust?
She has talked about inheritance.
Yes.
So if you are married, but you have money though, so you have property, but your wife is somehow barren. Okay, she's not able to give birth to a child. And at the time, if you have the system of polygamy, some second wife will give birth to a child.
No problem. For that
Property will be inherited.
For that reason, there is a particular mindset of a person should be. For that reason, at present, we can see there adoption. For that reason, there are many orphanages from where the children, the couples, even newly married healthy couples, they are going to adopt the children. Why?
Legally.
Legally. Why? Just because to inherit, maybe that is not biologically, but giving a particular support to an orphan child. So that is system is good. Now the question is that whenever the tie-up is going
to raise the right point, let us see how she handles it. Yes, he has talked about adoption. So you are talking about inheritance, and for that reason, a child is required, of course. But he has told what is the necessity of a child.
So somebody belongs to the bloodline.
Yes, bloodline.
Somebody belongs. That matters a lot. Yes.
So
Now I am bringing.
The blood relationship. That's what she was talking about. Talking was talking about the blood relationship. That you have the blood relationship with your parents. The parents are absolutely different. So you are talking about blood relationship. That's what you want.
Yes.
Okay. Does that go against your interest?
No, sir. The thing is, they are talking about.
No, you talked about the biological tie between the parents.
I'm telling that they are talking about a time when polygamy was practiced. Time has passed. We are modern. Still, they are not aware of the term called surrogacy. That is a scientific term when you can have your biological child, but that child will be carried by another woman, that is called a surrogate mother. Problem solved. Population has nothing to do with polygamy. Nothing. Because science is
Well,
there.
that's a very relevant point. She has talked about surrogacy. You are going to have your own gene reproduced. But only a different English being used for.
yes, that can happen, but there.
Do you accept that? Does that solve the problem of polygamy and monogamy?
So that doesn't solve the polygamy or monogamy, but that can, some extent, that can solve the problem of inheritance. But that does not solve the problem
Then
of.
that particular argument which you raised has been successfully refuted by Chandri.
No, sir, because not everywhere we can have the surrogate. Because in Africa, there we don't have that resources.
Sir, the back of the beyond, people they know about surrogacy. How many rural areas are there? How many people are well aware of that surrogacy? And another point is that actually he's talking about surrogacy.
In Andaman Nicobar, if there is a tribal and they practice polygamy, and if their population is decreasing, will they opt for surrogacy or they will go for polygamy?
Then
And even you are bringing a child from the hospital or from the nursing home, because the science comes into the picture, but there is no value of relationship. I mean, the blood and flesh. That means everything. I mean, at the very beginning, the relationship has gone in vain. That's what she is talking about.
When you get the surrogate, the child will be feeding on the breast milk of the surrogate mother, not your wife. Really? So,
But
the child is getting nothing from your wife,
everyone,
not from the ovum.
if they have, when we go for the surrogacy mother, when we do have some problems inside, right? Some, I mean, health issues and all. Yes. Yes.
That if the wife is somehow sterile or barren, childless, then your second wife will be able to give birth to a child. So because of some physical problem, only your first wife is unable to bear a child. So she has raised that point, that's your partner. Okay, let us see what
Okay.
Chandri wants.
Okay.
Chandri, you want to move point?
Yeah, sir. But can I just answer her question that
Ask no question.
now she was telling that when like in the rural areas where surrogacy is not there.
Alright, but she has
Right.
also partially accepted
Mhm.
that our argument has been.
Okay, so sir, the point is I think when a person is polygamous, he is nothing but a cheater or she is nothing but a cheater. Why? The point is if I'm not happy with a certain thing, I will not be happy if number of perfect things are in front of me, right? If I'm happy, happiness is a state of mind. You cannot be dependent on somebody to be happy. That should be you. If you are happy, if you are alone, you are happy. If you are not happy from inside, have 10 partners, have 10 spouses, you will not be happy. Maybe a person has 5 wives. At first he
And
can give-
Draupadi was a cheater. Krishna was a cheater. Lord Krishna was a cheater, deceiver.
you guys have already told that was practiced earlier.
So one thing I would like to say.
Then I told that we evolved, we used our smartness, and that's why these rules are
They
here.
were not smart.
Not enough. And let me clarify. Draupadi got only married to Arjuna. Then Arjuna went with Draupadi, and his 4 other brothers were with him. When he asked or told his mother, "See what I have, with whom I have come." No, you don't know. You don't know. Draupadi was not a cheater and not even a polygamous person. She only got married to Arjuna when his mother told that what you have, share with all 5. Then they were forced to do that because they were forced.
That why Kunti proposed it? Because she knew that Draupadi was so beautiful, so charming that
No.
their mind got some jealousy.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, their
No.
mind got some
When
jealousy.
she told,
And she accepted it. She accepted it.
where? Who accepted what?
Draupadi accepted that fact that I
Where?
need to marry.
Exactly. She is not ready to listen to my point. How will she get the answer?
Because she is metaphysically
No,
injured.
sir. The thing is,
You are literally injured.
no. The point is when Kunti told that what you have, share with all 5. She didn't even know with whom Arjuna has come. They were forced. They did it because that's the order of their mother to respect her. What they did it. She did not get married to the 5 of them in the first place. She was married to Arjuna. Rather, Arjuna won her. Then they were they were bound.
Why didn't she refuse to marry
Yes,
her?
because sir, the thing is, we are talking about polygamy that was practiced. Then we will have to talk about all the other things. In that is, we could not reject what our elders told us. That
We have
was
to honor.
yeah, we had to honor. That's the order of our mother. They cannot refuse. And think about Draupadi. She was a girl from a different family. She still honored her. She did not willingly get married to all 5. That's the end.
What about Arjuna who had 4 wives?
You guys support polygamy.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that they were.
We're
How many
giving
times
points.
will I
You need to
tell?
crack it.
How many times will I tell? At first we were animals, then we evolved. We used to practice some things. Right?
Now,
We
sir,
used
there
to
is the
practice
point.
some things.
Now, sir, there is a point. As she mentioned, and she agreed with that we are animals.
We
Yes, but she's not
were.
animals.
We told we were.
We still animals. Sometimes it comes out. It pricks us, it nudges us. So that's why we try to tame ourselves down by some mythological books, by some spiritual concepts. We try to tame ourselves down, suppress ourselves. But are we able to do that? No.
Naturally,
Naturally we cannot, because we are going against nature. Now if you would support
That is why
monogamy,
we are
let me
in a
finish.
society. That is why
If
we are
you
in a
would
society.
support
Then we
monogamy,
have to
or
support
if you
a lot of
want to
things.
be a monogamous, that means you are cutting down the nature. You're cutting off the nature. You're going against the nature. So nobody can survive. I mean, I cannot say happily. You only have to survive.
Pretend.
Yeah, pretend to. We are pretending that chastity, fidelity, these are the words, loyalty, these are the fabricating words. To fabricate our minds. That's what we do. But actually, yeah, to console our mind. But actually, there is no such thing. Even if you talk about the,
And they're happily living.
just like the animal.
It's a kind of self-delusion.
Yes, sir. Of course.
I'm a goody man. I'm not going
Sir, if that is one thing I
That
want to
that is something. I mean, what is called? It is hypo. What was that term, sir? Hypothetical term, which was being inculcated into our mind, which was instilled into our. Actually, said our elder said. Our elder, they did it because they got the same, upbringing from their ancestors. But this is why, this is how we are misled. And now she's just feeling those things because she is also being misled. And she is giving those, speech right now. But these,
So I wanted to know only one thing, that whenever there is the problem in the conjugal life, so why should I carry forward along with the new one? We are not going to tell that a person cannot have the right to bring someone in their own houses. They can, but why should we together? For that reason, there are certain things. For that reason, if I am not too much wrong, there was the king who was against his own son. Why? Just because he was chanting the name of the Krishna. Exactly the name of the king I forgot, for which at last,
The boy was Prahlad.
no, the father. Yes. So, no, the child was chanting the name of the Lord Krishna's something. One of the means one of the avatars. Or maybe that. So now the question is that whenever somebody has followed forward from the very beginning, from the ancient time, so if right now somebody wants to change the system, so what is the harm in that? Why should I carry forward all along whatever in the ancient time onwards I have been
breaking the mold.
No, not at all. The
breaking the
system should be
shackles.
updated.
But
The system should be means
unnecessary. Why should I go
whenever somebody is on highly
follow that?
festival with somebody, so there is a person can change his or her.
But say that is unnatural.
So many married men,
What was it?
many married men have that dream inside that if I get rid of it, if I get a second chance to live, many married men they have that. Because that is nature. That is nature.
Person can go for
This
the
is how
the
they are the best way.
If the person is
They cannot get rid of it.
second chance for
Every man,
Every man,
mostly.
mostly.
You know, see, what's your, every woman, or every, no, not every woman.
No, sir. I feel that every woman also do the same because polygamy and polyandry both are important.
They are good at suppressing
And sir,
better than suppressing.
Actually, it is a practice that if there is a practice that if a man wants to have sex with somebody,
I understand what you mean actually, but I would like to go to something, I would go, why she wants to suppress her natural instincts.
Sir, first of all, that is not suppressing my inner self or something. At first, they were talking about what we practiced was right. Now, what we are doing,
practice in Africa.
Let us speak.
done. Thank God. Now, what we are doing are not right. Intercaste marriage was not there. Now we are doing it. Is that wrong? No. We have changed things. We are human beings. We change things. Not everything we used to do is right. They are talking, she's constantly talking about Africa. They are living happily but in poverty because of polygamy. They are living happily in poverty. The thing is, sir, we are talking about if polygamy is right or not. Let's talk logic. If polygamy should be legalized or not. I will be talking about the terms of intimacy. Raw intimacy, right? A man is having sex with a woman. After ejaculation, he cannot go 3 times more. Maybe 1, maybe twice, not more than that. In case of a woman, she can have sex with a lot of men whenever and how many times she wants. Polygamy is there. Men are allowed to get married.
What has given them?
Yeah, no, men has getting married to a lot of women. Women are getting married to a lot of men. Men are turned on by their sight. They are visually turned on, not women. In that case, if a girl gets 10 men, a man will not have other
A
chances.
woman is not turned on.
No, a woman is not visually turned on.
But why do they watch porn?
But the thing is that they watch porn, right? And they after that they think maybe about their partner or whatever they have done in the past, and then they make their minds. Let's talk about a man. If
Sir,
if a girl,
it's a bump steer. That's what she is giving.
if a girl is going somewhere fully dressed, fully covered, men will still stare at you, not in your eyes, on your breasts, because they are getting turned on even when someone is fully clothed, and a lot of girls cannot even get turned on when a man is naked standing in front of her. If polygamy is practiced, that will be the society will be in imbalance, complete imbalance. Men will get no scope. They are talking about polygamy because they are talking even mostly about men.
Okay, he is calling it bump steer. Let us see why Mana says that.
So what she said that women, they are not visually turned on. So I don't talk about others. I got many offers from women from my office.
I'm
from
not telling that.
different
Statistics is telling that.
statistic. I don't go with the statistic. What happened? That's what I'm talking about. Women, they offered me to come to my place and have sex. We'll enjoy together. You know, in corporate world, it happens. It's very frequently it happens. Now, if the women, they are not visually turned on, they witness a muscular man or a handsome guy. Let's not talk about myself. My friends also there. They also been victimized. I mean, they got that offer, they refused it. Some of my friends, they accepted as well. I don't speak with them on my folk tongue. It happened. So as she said, that's a bump steer.
I didn't-
He is talking about beef cake. See
Yes.
the beef cake. A woman gets turned on as seeing the cheesecake. A man.
Sir, the thing is, I'm not talking about all women or all men. Exceptions
Women
are there.
are-
That is the
women
point.
are
No,
even
the point is, I
worse.
talked about men, right? That men get turned on whoever it is, no matter what.
So women
But
are
there
more suppressed
but
than
there-
men.
But
This is
there
what the
are
society.
men who control themselves because they know what is right, what is wrong. Maybe biologically they will be hard, but they control their emotions because they know I have a wife in my home. That's the thing I'm talking about. Exceptions are there. Women are that's a fact. That's a proven fact that women are emotional and men are rational. That's the point. That's what I want to tell. Exceptions are obviously there.
Who's having a point?
The fact is that whenever there is something, so we should not go for that. What is the negativity of the thing? We should know the rational positivity of the thing. As Moinak was going to tell that there are somebody who is going to give him an offer, or who is going to give somebody an offer. So it can be just because biological needs matters. Whenever until unless the person is satisfied, definitely the person will looking for. If suppose I am highly having the appetite, if the dish of food, if it's not fulfill my appetite, so definitely I will look for another dish of the food. It is somehow like that. So for that reason at present there are the terms.
This is the basic instinct.
Yes, now the question is that
That is what.
That's what we said.
Your partner, Taboo, was just going against. She was saying that no, it is a woman.
yes, now the question is that whatever till now I am not going to tell that what my opponent teams are going to tell that I am accepting. The fact is that these are the basic instinct. Now the question is that for that reason they will be changing the entire system. That cannot be. So for that reason there are now many terms are there. So called the common term highly it is used now for sugar mommy. Previously there was a cow girl. So now the question is why the term yes.
Cougar.
See, now the question is that the terms are why? Just because there are the
Manther and cougar.
need. The need matters a lot. So for that, in the inter system cannot be brought into change.